Hey guys, and welcome back to another Championships predictions video. This time it's for week 38 of this 2021-2022 season. As always, before we get into this week's predictions, let's have a quick look back at how well we all got on last time in week 37. So, myself, an absolute terrible week, I'm afraid to say. Just the 3 points out of those 12 fixtures. Absolutely disgusted with myself with that one. But top scorer for week 37 with 10 points and 2 perfect scores was Ferris, 77. Congratulations on that score, Ferris. And also to the likes of Daddy Cool, 52 with 8 points, and Isami I Do with 9 points. So how does that affect the overall predictions leaderboard now? Well, retaining his spot at the top of the table is Shane O'Donnell on 305 points, followed by myself on 296, and there is a change in third place. Ferris, 77, who was top scorer last time out, is now up to third with 289 points. Doug slipping down one place on 284 points. So let's move now on to week 38. These fixtures taking place midweek this week on Tuesday the 15th of March and Wednesday the 16th of March. So first up on Tuesday we've got Barnsley coming up against Bristol City. Barnsley, of course, having a magnificent home draw against Fulham last time out, 1-1, and Bristol City themselves having a very good away win against Blackburn Rovers. So this one, a tight match to predict, but I think Barnsley really now making a fight of things at the bottom of the table, currently on 25 points, only the 2 defeats from their last 6 matches, and I fancy Burnley to win this one 2-1. Next we've got Birmingham coming up against Middlesbrough. Birmingham just a 3 places above Barnsley, drew last time out home against Hull City, and Middlesbrough in 8th position now, still only 1 point outside those playoff places. Last time out, a decent draw, you could say, against Millwall away in London, but I fancy this one to be a draw as well, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between the Blues and Middlesbrough. Then we've got Blackburn Rovers coming up against Derby. Now Derby, 2 wins in the last 6, but they've also lost 4 of those 6 matches as well. Really need to start to bounce back and fight tooth and nail with the likes of Barnsley and Reading to stay in the division. And I think they will gain a draw away here against Blackburn, and I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw, no goals in that one. Then we've got Bournemouth coming up against Reading. Reading woeful now in their last 3 matches, losing last time out, thumped in fact against Nottingham Forest. And Bournemouth back up into second position with that win against Derby in the last game week, 2-0. And in this one, I fancy Bournemouth to take all 3 points again in this one, and I'm going to go for another 2-0 victory to the Cherries. Next up, we got West Brom coming up against Fulham. Now, West Brom earlier in the season challenging for those 2 top positions, which Fulham, of course, occupying top of the table at the moment. Fulham drawing against Barnsley in the last fixture, and West Brom coming back from 2 goals down against Huddersfield. I fancy Fulham to bounce back in this one. I think they'll narrowly beat West Brom in this one 2-1. Then we've got Blackpool coming up against Sheffield United. Fancy the Blades to bounce back from that terrible defeat that they suffered away against Coventry last time out, 4-1. And I think the Blades, even though Blackpool beat Swansea 1-0, I think Sheffield United will win this one 2-1. Then we've got Cardiff City coming up against Stoke. Cardiff drawing 0-0 with Preston last time out, and Stoke now down into 15th position. No wins in the last 6 matches, drawn 2-2 away against Peterborough last time out. I fancy Cardiff just to sneak this one 1-0. Then we've got Coventry coming up against Hull. Coventry sort of up and down with their results, aren't they, all season. Hull now in 20th position, only 1 win in the last 6. I fancy Coventry to take all 3 points in this one, and I'm going to go for 2-0 home victory. Then we've got Luton coming up against Preston. Preston draw specialists of the division, 15 draws now from their 37 matches they've played. And Luton Town, 7th position at the moment, just outside those playoff positions on goals scored. But I fancy another draw in this one, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. Then we've got Millwall coming up against Huddersfield. Another draw in this one. I can see this one ending up 1-1. Then we've got Nottingham Forest against QPR. a real humdinger of a match. Nottingham Forest, 9th position, a couple of points outside the playoff zone, and Luton themselves just 1 point ahead of Nottingham Forest and 2 places ahead of them in the table. Massive match this one, probably the biggest match of the evening, but I fancy Forest to take all 3 points in this one, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Forest. Then the final fixture of this game week sees Peterborough entertain Swansea, and I think this one is going to end up all square. Peterborough need the points, Swansea sort of petering out now towards the end of the season, and I can see this ending 1-1. So that concludes my predictions for week 38 of this championship season. Make sure you leave your predictions in the comment section, see if you can rise up the table. But for now, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, enjoy your football this midweek, and I'll see you all soon.